Hello real estate investors. Today I want to talk to you about replacing bathtub drains. Now for years and years I've used a product like this. It's available at all the home centers and they typically run between $20 and $30 depending on what finish you get. It comes with this washer. This washer does not go here, by the way. This washer goes on the bottom of your tub, between the tub and the pipe. And then you put some silicone or plumber's putty down and basically you just screw it in. Fairly simple to install. The challenge is always getting your old one out. Now, if you're lucky enough that you still have these cross members in here, they're still intact, then they make a special tool. Once again, you can buy them at the home center and it fits in there and you can twist it out. Of course, the day I'm filming this, I can't find mine. But there's also another option. If you don't want to buy the tool, you can put a pair of channel locks in here, wedge them in here, then take a pipe wrench or whatever on the outside and back this out. Typically, the reason I'm replacing these is because these cross members are missing. And I don't want to leave it like that for a tenant. They could put a washcloth or who knows what down there and clog up your pipes. So when those cross members are missing, there's another tool. I'll show this to you. See those grooves there? And then this is for a socket, and then this outside, that's kind of like a bolt, is to put a wrench on, pipe wrench or whatever. These are available at the home center for about $20. And the way they work, you put them in here, and then you drive them in, seat them with a hammer, and then you can either put a socket on here or put some kind of wrench on the outside and twist it out. They work okay. A lot of times what happens if these are old is they'll crack and this top piece will come out. And then your next step, you're left with taking a hacksaw, going in here, cutting several slots, and then using a screwdriver or whatever you can to chisel it out. It's a fairly risky job to do, especially if you don't have access to the plumbing down or below your tub, because you could crack a pipe, loosen a fitting, or who knows what. So be very careful if you're replacing these and you don't have access below. Today though, the issue I ran into was with this tub, the way they plumbed it in. They didn't plumb it in the way you should, and they actually had a bolt, or a nut I should say, holding this on the bottom. So in order to change this out, I needed to get access to the tub. And to do that, I either need to take out the tub or cut a big hole in the back wall. And with a tenant moving in a few days, I didn't want to do that. So I did some research and I found this new, well, it's not a new product, it's just a product I've never used. It's made by Watco. It's called a NuFit. And they make a couple different types of these. I'll leave the link to this in the description below for Lowe's. But this is how it works basically. And for this one, they send some adhesive with it. I assume it's silicone, I don't know what it is. And basically you just clean both sides. You put this adhesive on and then leave it for 3 hours and you're good to use it. Now they also make another type that if your cross members are in place, that you can use similar to this one, this bolt, and you can bolt it on. But since my cross member is not in place, we're going to go with the one with the adhesive type. So I've never used one of these. I'm going to feel like a fool for all the time I've spent replacing those other kind, if these work. So let's put this on. All right, so the first step is we need to prep this thing. Now there's some silicone on the outside of this. I've scraped some of it off, but we'll go ahead and scrape off what we can. And then the next step is I'm going to hit this with some, I think I got all the silicone off. Next step is I'm going to hit this with some sandpaper. All right, there it is after I've scuffed it with some sandpaper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just want to get the main corrosion off there. Next step is I'm going to clean up with some alcohol. I'm using denatured just because that's what I have on my truck. Regular rubbing alcohol should be fine as well. We'll clean both sides with alcohol.
Now we'll put some adhesive. Now one of the things I did read in the reviews was, one of the complaints was that the adhesive covered up the holes in the drain in these holes here. So be careful to put it towards the outside, and then when you stick it, just put it down in place and don't move it all around so you don't get those holes covered up. All right, so there's the adhesive down. Now we're ready to set this in place. Go around and just wipe up the excess. Try not to move this around much. All right, now we'll just let it dry. Here's the final product. Obviously still need to clean the tub. If you look down here closely, some adhesive did squeeze out into the first row, but I don't think that's going to hurt the operation of it at all. Just definitely be careful to put your adhesive towards the outside and not move it around much once you put it in place. But hopefully this thing lasts many years. It's definitely a hell of a lot easier than replacing the entire drain. If you like this kind of content, please be sure to subscribe, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.